Okay, there we go. Let's get my camera to stop shaking. I have a fan blowing behind me. I think that might be doing it. Might have to move the fan. So hope y'all can hear me. Well, welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and I'm going to do a separate recording this morning on my drawings and both animal and people and the big art scroll. I'm going to just do a separate recording. Let me see. I'm going to turn that fan off for a minute because it's blowing my camera, which is hanging from a stick here, and it's making it sway. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a recording of these sketch. Now they're not all full. I mean, they have quite a few in one or two of them, but they're not like cover to cover full. And I have things I'm working on, so I won't show you the things I'm working on either. But I'll show you some of the ones that I'm done because I've not done a like a flip on. I mean, I flipped through these at different times during my shows, but not all of them, and not uh, in one at one time. So that's what I'm going to do this morning on this recording. And then we'll probably start another recording and draw something in the big art scroll. So I'll probably show you what I got in here as well with this recording. So if y'all have any questions, put them in caps. Our little Pixie Carrie's not here this morning. She wasn't feeling good the last couple days, so we'll let her sleep in. Uh, so if you have any questions, just put them in caps. So I think this one's the oldest one. And I have a couple things I'm working on here, so I'm going to take those out. And I'll show you what we have in this book so far. And the start of this, a lot of this is, what do you call it, a gold rush. Here's another one I'm working on. I should have taken some of this out before I started, but a lot of them are gold rush guys, and a couple are my grandchildren. So I'll just show you what I have so far. So we'll start in this one. All right, so these are, hi Kelly, these are Strathmore tone tan and tone gray. I have a small tone gray one here. I like the tan better. Um, and I usually get that. Of course, I get them on sale, 40% off. This is normally at Hobby Lobby, 10.99. They have them all the time, 50% off actually. That's when you want to grab them. And same thing at Michael's. They have coupons and buy one get one and all that. Now, a few of them are on just craft 12 by 12 paper because I put two faces on one, so I wanted a little wider, so I used a 12 by 12. So that's not part of the tone tan, but it's on the craft color paper. All right, so anyway, let me just kind of start with the flip. Oh, let me tell you the sizes. This is 9 by 12. These smaller ones are 8.5 by 5.5 for the smaller ones. So I'm just going to kind of do a little flip. If you have any questions, otherwise I'm just going to kind of go through them. And I just wanted to record what I've done over the past, I'd say everything you're getting ready to see has been the last year. So I have other books and sketchbooks and everything else that go beyond that, but pretty much these have been the last year. I've been doing Ustreams for 5 years, but I've only been uploading to YouTube directly from Ustream, which, by the way, if you're watching this as a recording, it's a live show with a live chat, and yes, there are live people. So I've only been uploading about a year to YouTube. And so pretty much these are all done within the last year. Okay. So this one is, oh, maybe I should prop up. Let me get a, I don't want to move my camera down and I don't want to zoom. I'll just prop everything up on a Kleenex box. How about that? It's a little closer. I think it should still have some clarity. Okay, and it is a little flashed out. So if you want to see them with the true colors, look on my Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and most of these are probably there. All right, so this is one of my daughters, Annie, and this is another picture of Annie. Okay, this is my other daughter, Denise. And so let's see if I can kind of move over just a little so I'm not bumping into that. There we go. I think that's pretty clear. So here's a lot of the Gold Rush guys. Todd asked me to draw him with Reagan, so I did that for him. I love the show Gold Rush. And last season, which by the way is getting ready to start again in a couple, maybe about a week, I think now. Anyway, I love the show, and last season I drew every single one of the crew. So that's you'll see the whole crew here. This is Parker's dog, so you can see one of the animals that I've done here. Let me kind of flip this over here. So hopefully you can see. It's like, again, it's kind of flashing out a little, but we're working with it. So I'm not going to tell you each person's name and all that. If you don't follow the show, you probably won't know who they are anyway. But I'm just going to show you, this is pretty much my Gold Rush crew section. I have a step out on him on my Facebook. There's a step-by-step of how I, from the drawing through about maybe 5 different stages of this drawing. And I do that every now and then. I'll draw, I'll take photos as I go so you can see the progression. So thanks, McLinda. Let me put a test in chat to make sure my chat's scrolling because sometimes it locks up. Okay, so let me keep going here. These are, again, all the Gold Rush crew from last season. And then this is when Leonard Nimoy passed away, so I did a drawing of young Spock and older Spock. This is more of the Gold Rush crew. That's a father and son. Again, guys, sorry it's a little, I'm not sure. Maybe if I turn this light off. No, it's not mattering really. I don't think. Maybe that helps a little, turning that one light off. Now let me see if I can get all the Gold Rush guys together here next before I do anything else. Let me pull these out. I'll try to get all them. Because these are separate. They're not like in the book, but I'm going to go ahead and put them all together while I'm showing you these. So again, more Gold Rush guys. There's Parker. Oh, that one's put in the next batch. There's Parker and his grandfather. Thanks, Indigo. Here's Tony and his daughter. Again, I know you're not seeing a lot of it close up, but if you go look on my my art album, I have an album for just Gold Rush, and I have an album now for Inktober. They're all public. So even if you don't follow me on Facebook, you should still be able to go see all these. Here's another father and son. Hopefully you're able to see them kind of well. Some more of the Gold Rush guys. And then here's, this is the producer of Gold Rush. So again, it's kind of hard to see the detail, but I'm just kind of wanting to do a flip. Okay, so then we got some, oh wait, let me show you that in a minute. And I showed you that one. Okay, so now we're going to get into other things besides Gold Rush. This one is Barb Owen's son, Race. If y'all know Barb Owen, that's her son. Let's see what else here. Okay, then let me kind of go this way with it. This was the Amelia I did for the class. Now I have an Amelia and her brother that Mandy commissioned me. Of course, I don't have the originals. That if someone commissions me, they get the originals. But anyway, so this is the one that we did for the class. And there's an outline for her on my blog if you want to follow along. All right, now we're getting into some from the sketchy group where people post pictures of themselves for you to draw. So this is one of them. Let me kind of, this is getting a little bulky here because they're loose pages. Let me kind of stack that up if I can. Let's see here. Let me kind of put these inside the book. Where's my Darcy? I put a Darcy. Darcy's in here somewhere too. What did I do with Darcy? Ah, there she is. I'll pull her out to show in a minute. So let me kind of hold them up a little bit. Again, they're a little flashed out here because of my lighting. It's either, I either have to get it too light or too dark, and I think it's a little better on the light side. So, but they are quite a bit darker in real life than you're seeing them on the camera. At least what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is they're really light. And hey, Julie, I know her last name's not Thomas. Hey, Jean, are you at home? I mean, well, I know you are. Good to have you here, Jean, on your vacay. Okay, I'm doing a flip of all my drawing sketchbooks and my recent, well, I should say the drawings that I've done in the last year. Okay, and it's not all of them. This does not include my commissions, which I have tons of those that are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. But of course, I don't have the originals because, you know, when someone commissions me, they get the originals. So anyway, there's that. This is a friend of mine's daughter. There's Sean Connery. My Sean, I love Sean. Here is Charlton Heston. And I have a step out on this one on Facebook. Let's see, I got a couple of, okay. And then here is Robert Mitchum. Again, I have a step out of Robert Mitchum on my Facebook. Then I have a couple drawings in progress. Let me skip over those. And then another sketchy girl. I really love the way her eyes turned out. It's so flashed out, guys. Sorry. I really want it to be more accurate color-wise, but hopefully you can kind of see. You know, I'm doing my best here. Hey, Morgan. And then this is another one. And then this one is, if y'all know Yaya Han, the cosplayer. This is Yaya Han. I've done a couple of her, and I got three. I think I got three Yaya Hans in progress. One is on the scroll or on a big sheet of paper where it's her whole body and costume, but I did a couple of her faces in this book. So that's Yaya Han. Here's another Yaya Han. So, hey, Janet. And then let's see, I think, oh, and then here is Nichelle Nichols. If y'all remember Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek, this is her now. And so I drew that of her. I was hoping to get to go to Dragon Con this year in Atlanta, and she was there. And I was hoping to give this to her, but I didn't get to make it this year. So if I make it, if she's there next year, you know. So that's all in this book, other than here's my picture of Darcy UK. And we did a class on this as well. So if you want to, you know, Darcy let us have her picture to use for a class, as did Mandy for Amelia. So I really, really like this one. I think she turned out really well. So there's our Darcy UK. Hey, Vicky, how you doing? I was just talking about Dragon Con. Yeah, I told next year Vicky's going to have to come up here and go to Dragon Con with me. I tried to get her this year, but it was too close to the time. So anyway, there's a class on this. So that is all that's in this sketchbook. So let me kind of flip everything because I have a lot of loose pages in this one. All right, so there's that. I'm propping it up on a Kleenex box so it's a little closer to you guys without having to zoom in the camera. All right, so that was that one. And again, these are all what I've done, not including commissions, but these are all the ones that I've done in the last year on Ustream, specifically loaded up to YouTube. All right, so then I got something in progress, so I can't show that. Usually I don't show my commission work until the people actually get them. Once they actually get them, then I'll put them on my Facebook and Twitter and all that. So works in progress for commissions, like I don't do unless it's like Mandy let us use Amelia or Darcy let us use her or something like that. I don't put those on until they actually receive the originals. So they're the first ones. The people, anyone that commissions me, the first are the first people that get to see their commissions. Then after that, I'll post them if they don't mind. Most people don't mind. Some elderly relatives. If I do elderly people that have passed, sometimes most of the time people that I do their pets. I've got tons of pets online. And so I don't have a lot of animals in here because most of the animals I've drawn have been pet commissions, and they're gone. The originals are gone. So I really like having Sketchy for references. Um, again, that's where people post their photographs for you to use to draw from. So yeah, Lisa's got, yeah, she's commissioned me before. There's quite a few of the girls here have commissioned me for pets. Thanks, Vicky. I'm glad you're enjoying my Inktober drawings. Okay, and then this is when Omar Sharif passed away. I did a tribute drawing of him. Again, this is going to be another sketchy. Another sketchy. So hopefully you're able to kind of see them. Again, it's a little iffy on the lighting. This one we just did, I just put in here, we did a show on a fox. And I want to do an Egyptian, this is like the sketch for it, an Egyptian poster with an Egyptian fox as the theme with the collar and all that. I've shown my posters. Again, those have all been done probably in the last year too. Maybe I'll pull some of those out. And they're huge, they're poster size. And so, because then you can see a few more of my fantasy animals. This is a sketch for one. Then this is our Mistel. Mistel is an amazing artist. She's an online art teacher. And I actually got to meet her in person at the Atlanta Folk Art Festival. I think it was 3 years ago. Has it been four? It might have been 4 years ago since she did the Atlanta show. But anyway, there's our Mistel. And drew her. She posted this new picture of herself, so I had to draw her. Then here's another sketch girl. And again, I didn't finish. The picture of her that she posted of herself only came to here. It was like cut off. So I just didn't even bother to finish the top of her head because she didn't post the top of her head. So anyway. And this is my most recent one from Sketchy. I drew her on Cinderblock Studio Ben. He had a hangout last Friday, and he did like a 4 hour hangout. He did about 2 hours in. He was waiting for someone, a friend of his, to show up who had to go, couldn't be there. So I said, "Well, Ben, I'll come on." I've been on Ben's show a couple times. It's been a while, but I've been knowing Ben for a long time too, probably about 5 years. And so anyway, I went on Ben's hangout, and this is what I did on his hangout last Friday. The hat guy. You like the hat guy? Yeah, I like the hat guy too. I challenged myself with this one because I really wanted to make it look. His expression was the first thing, but I really wanted to attempt to draw this hat. It wasn't as hard as when I did. Julie's still here. The granddaughters with the straw hats. The straw hats were the hardest hats I've ever had to draw. Straw hats. The weave of a straw hat. But I wanted to make sure this looked like knitting and that the eye things looked like felt because that's what they were. So I really think, we always say, let's see if we can pull this off. I think I pulled that one off. And then the little pom poms. So, yeah, I like Mistel too, Vicky. The Mistel one turned out good. Yeah, well, a lot of people on Sketchy, Vicky, actually probably go there just so you'll draw them. I post their pictures. I try. Now, there's two, three, maybe four that I've drawn that actually are not artists themselves and don't draw themselves. Not draw themselves, but also draw. I try to pick people that also draw. I like to, they're my priority. But some people really like I don't think he's ever posted anything but this one picture of himself. I just couldn't resist. I couldn't resist drawing it, even though he doesn't post anything. But I do try to draw people that are artists as well. Okay, so I think I showed you that one. And again, there's Estelle and her. And then this is, like I said, I did that on Ben's show. I think that's all in this book. This is a newer book. It's only halfway done. So that is the second book. That's what I'm working in now. And now let me show you the little bit of the tan tone. The gray doesn't have as many in it. But this was, let's see here. This, I'll try to kind of hold them up so you can see them a little better. This was actually the very first person that I drew. These are now these are 5.5 by 8.5. So these are much smaller. They're smaller than my hand, as you can see. This was the first person that I drew on Sketchy. And of course, she didn't have all that in her eyeglasses. She just had on sunglasses. But I thought, hey, ho-ho. Yeah, the cowgirl hats, Julie, those straw hats, they were tough ones. And again, the drawings that I did of Julie, her granddaughters, that's on Facebook. I've got a lot on Facebook, and again, they should be public. You should be able to go see them, anybody, without having to follow me or anything. I'm real bad on Facebook, guys. I try to get with everybody and follow people and stuff, but I do have to say this. I go and look at their profiles because with all the different groups and things, people follow me. I don't know who they are. I don't just follow anybody on Facebook because Facebook for me started out with just my family. And I really haven't been that active on Facebook except for maybe I've had Facebook for a long time, but for probably the last 2 years, and maybe really only the last year have I been really active. So, yeah, I try to kind of go in and look and see if I even recognize them. I look to see if other artists that I know are following them too. And so I'm slow. I'm just trying to get to the point. I'm slow on Facebook. So just, be patient with me if you're in there somewhere and I haven't found you. So anyway, so that was the first one. So I started out doing, and then this is a friend of mine on Facebook's husband. So I'm hoping you can kind of see detail. And then let's see. And this is a sketchy guy. When I say a sketchy guy, that sounds funny. He's a sketchy guy. It's a guy that posted their photographs on Sketchy. Okay, let's see. And then this is Joan. Joan's real active on Sketch. She's an amazing artist. She's an amazing artist on Sketchy herself. I love her hair. That's why I really wanted to draw Joan because of her hair. Let's see. And of course, this is our Urion J. Well, y'all know. This picture, I like the drawing of him, but this is just, I got this off of a screenshot during one of his live streams. So, you know how that would be. He was this big of a picture. It's hard to draw pictures when you only got a reference that's small. But I know kind of what Jay looks like, so I was able to kind of fill in the blanks. But there's a Jay. Let's see. Again, this is a girl in the UK from Sketchy. This is the picture, and again, this is where he had a light. He's like a tattoo artist. He had a light kind of flashing down on him. So I just kind of ended the picture there and kind of put him in shadow. But I like how this part turned out, especially the gloves and the machine again, another girl from Sketch. Jay is Urion. He does random Ustreams. I don't know. He's good friends with Darcy UK. So as far as a schedule, he kind of I don't know that he really has a schedule. He used to post kind of regular or Ustream kind of regularly on Saturday evenings, but it's hard for me to even be online at night. And so I we'd have to ask Darcy UK when he's posting or when he's streaming, but he doesn't record. So he doesn't record his shows. It's all live, so he can play music and stuff like that. He doesn't record. So, and this is another guy from Sketchy. I got a couple in progress. I really like her. She's from Sketchy. I picked her because well I really loved her lips and her big eyes, but I was anxious to draw her dress. So I really like her. And then here, I think that's all in the gray book, but I did draw from my Inktober. They're all black and white and a little black and white Strathmore sketchbook. But I wanted to just try one in black, white, and gray ink. So I just kind of redrew the starfish that I drew on I think I drew it on day 2. Anyway, the my official Inktober drawing is in black and white, but I just wanted to I redraw it in gray just to be just to test it out to see if I liked it. So that's just black ink and white ink right there. Okay, so there's that one. Now this one has more in it. Again, I'm just propping you up here on a Kleenex box. All right, so let's see what I got in this one. So this is somebody posted their dog on Sketchy, so I drew their dog. Again, I've got tons of pet portraits, cats and dogs on my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And on Instagram and Twitter, I'm Inkiwell, INKIWELL, and on Facebook, I'm just Dee Dee Willingham. So you can find me there. This is a friend of mine on Facebook. And this one everybody really liked on Sketchy. They really liked, and that's exactly the face expression that she has. But I really liked how her eyes turned out. I see you. So anyway, let's see. I got a couple ones I'm working on here. This is another girl from Sketchy, and you can see these are smaller. This is a smaller book. And then here's Dave Gaskin, who is an amazing artist out of the UK. He's the one that I found Sketchy through, and he's the one that told me about it. And I have since he's got a new book out too, but I bought one of his first books, and he is awesome. He is an awesome artist. He's probably one of my very favorite online artists. And so anyway, he's Dave Gaskin, and he's also what's his nickname? I'm trying to think of his YouTube name. What's his YouTube name? It just slipped me. But if you put in Dave Gaskin, you can find him. Biker Scout. That's what it is, Biker Scout. And then this is another girl from Sketchy. I really like this one too. I love the way the headphones turned out. So I really like that one. And this is a friend of mine's daughter. This is another Sketchy girl. I should say a girl on Sketchy. Another girl on Sketchy. And a guy on Sketchy. Sorry, the colors are just kind of flashing out a little bit, guys. It's not this flashed out. They have more color to them than they're showing up. So, guy on Sketchy. Hey, Miss Anita K. I love this kid. Look at that expression. I loved that expression. That's why I had to draw him. And then I got a couple in progress. one of Denise and Cam. Okay. Then here's another girl from Sketch. And I liked how her eyes turned out. That's why I drew her, because of her, the way she's looking up like that. And I know it's not focusing, guys, but let's see. And then here's Sister Woman. And again, Sister Woman and Darcy, they were little bitty pictures from, I grabbed them off of a screenshot when they were at the convention, when they streamed from the convention. So the detail, I'm not happy with enough detail in her face or in Darcy's face, because I just grabbed them off of a tiny little picture. And then here's our APG Jamie. Thanks everybody for being here. Hey Paul, I was just I'm sorry, I called her out. I was asking the girls, I said, I hope Paula's stream recorded, because I didn't get a chance to check this morning. This is another one of my favorites. I really, really like her hair. I'm missing some drawings. I am missing a couple drawings. Hang on, guys. Let me flip through. Let's see how they're in here. No. Somewhere I'm missing some. Oh, look in another. I have another book, I think. Anyway, I really liked her headphones and her lips. I so enjoyed drawing her. Again, sorry, there's a little better color. See, the paper is tan and it looks really flashed out. But anyway. Okay, this is another girl on Sketchy. Another girl on Sketchy. I think I did this one on Ustream. I think we did a live one of her. So again, these are just all the ones I've done in the last year. I think they're all 2015. I loved her pink hair, but I really liked her eyes. I like the way her eyes turned out. And he only posted a half a face, so that's all I drew. So, like, that's all he posted of himself. And then this one, I really liked her too. I like that I got a good shadow on her face from the cap, her hands holding the cap on. But I really like that shadow right across her face, and I did like the way her hair turned out, and her lipstick. I captured her glossy lipstick. Okay, thanks, Lynn. Well, I'm looking at what I see on camera compared to here. This is so much darker than what's showing up on camera. But hey, this is another one I really liked. She was holding a selfie stick, and it reflected in a window in her eyes. And so I really took my time on this one to get those windows and the little arm with the selfie stick in her eyes there. And then I also really liked her braids. Again, kind of. Anyway. And then there's our Packer die. I think we did a show on her too. This one's, if you want to see me draw her, she's, we drew her on a live show. What else? Do I have anything else? I have something missing, but I'm not sure what. Well, anyway, so those are the ones that are in my books. Let me quickly show you the animals in the art scroll, and then I'm going to start another recording because I just want a separate recording on these. So this is the big art scroll, and that's why the camera's kind of far away too, because I wanted to be able to pull this in. So one of the things he has taught me. Yeah, you have to try. Exactly. They don't draw themselves. Exactly, Janet. Janet's an amazing artist herself. Don't let her fool you. Okay, so I started, this is a big roll. It's 30 inches wide. I forgot how long it is. Anyway, it's 30 inches wide. All these are, and I have a smaller one. What it is I cut in half. So I have two smaller 15-inch ones and this big 30-inch ones. All it is a, I think it's Scotch brand. I forget, 3M. Anyway, it's shipping paper. That's all it is. It's a roll of shipping paper. Now, granted, I'm not going to, say that the acid quality or the light fastness or any of that is going to hold up over any amount of time. But I wanted to do an art scroll. These are all things I knew I was going to draw on Ustream and, put on YouTube. So they're just to sketch and draw for live shows. I wasn't really concerned about it. Anyway, so I started doing it this way. Okay, and I could tell that the paper or the roll is in my lap. It's like this far off into my lap, and I wasn't going to be able to roll. I wasn't going to be able to kind of come in and draw. So let me kind of pull this up there. So I got a couple sketches of some slow lorries, and then we did a face of the slow lorry. Well, I could tell that this wasn't going to work. So then I decided I'm going to turn the art scroll and just start rolling it this way. So now I can roll it this way, up and down, real easy on the desk. So if you do decide to make one of these, all I did was at the end of the roll, I added another tube of wrapping paper tube. I glued it to this end. So there's already a tube at the other end. So now I can just roll it like a scroll. And again, the other one I just cut in half, which that was something to do. Cutting and rolling, cutting and rolling, cutting and rolling. And I had to do it by myself. No one was here to help me. So it was kind of a pain to do a smaller one. And again, I just added a roll at the end so that it'll roll easy either way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scroll through the scroll and show you some of the different animals that we've drawn. I think these are all animals in here. Animals that we've drawn on Ustream on the, I call it just the art scroll. And again, you can see I still got room over here to draw more if I want to. But kind of hold it up a little so you can maybe kind of see it. All right, then we drew, there's a baby owl. And then here's a big octopus that we drew. This one, I barely got it in 3 hours. Maybe did we do a two-parter? Maybe we did a two-parter on him because you can see how big he is. He's 30 inches here. And so again, it's a little flashing out. Maybe I can turn the lighting down just a little to get it a little bit more accurate. I don't want to get it too dark, but that's a little better, I guess. Okay. And then we did notes. I thought, this would be cool because I like to do my fantasy animals, which I will pull some of those posters out and show you guys. They're mixed media. Now, in my posters, I draw the animal like I do these, but I also have mixed media collage and, painty backgrounds and all kinds of things going on in the posters. But the animals are all hand drawn, even though I throw collage things on them. But I do them the same process as I do these. So anyway, like I wrote a note here that his little tentacle things here could be like the little in his arms. That would be a cool, like a musical instrument. Like what if this was like a flute and he played, his arms could be his own flute. Denise told me something this morning. I don't know how we brought up she was asking me different things that I would draw, as I haven't drawn a black and white, an octopus in my, I'm trying to do all nautical on the Inktober, 31 days of drawing an pen and ink drawing. So if I do a octopus, anyway, I was mentioning that to her this morning on the phone. She said, and I think she said Cameron told her, that an octopus is like the only creature that has its own DNA. Like its DNA is not connected to anything else. I don't know if it's the only one, but I think that's what she said. She said she couldn't really remember anyway. But I thought that was an interesting fact about the DNA of an octopus. Not researched it. Don't email me. Okay, so then we drew a deer and a little raccoon, and I showed you how uh, going color pencil over color pencil versus going over a black acrylic paint, the difference there. You can see that there. And that's why if you base coat these animals with acrylic paint, I really like his eyes. Um, sorry, moment there. You can really get a vibrant white. Yeah, I know. And so there's all the velvet antenna. That's a good idea though. Antlers as antenna. Yeah, let me make a note of that. Okay. There's a little tree frog. And again, we just draw these on Ustream. There's a ocelot. Now, this one almost got the better of me. The peacock. This was a tough one to squeeze in on the Ustream show because I did so many studies of the different feathers that by the end of the show, I was really rushing. But then I said, I'm not going to let it I wasn't going to, oh, I know what I said. I think I wrote it down. I was not going to let it defeat me. So I drew its foot. Okay. Anyway. I wasn't going to let it defeat me. So, yeah. So there's a whole bunch of bits and studies for a peacock. Then here's some shells and the clownfish. Y'all see, we did all this on a live show. So I really liked how this one turned out. See him swimming by? And then an unfinished starfish there. Then we did a few sea turtles, and a couple of them are not done colored in yet. I just sketched them out. We draw all this on right here. I say we. When I say we draw these things and we color these things and all that, it's because you guys are here with me. So it's like we did it together. Anyway, I really liked him. And then we got a couple drawings of those that we still have to color in. What else do we, oh, and then I think this is the last one we did in the art scroll here. And then I'm working on this one, the seahorse. He's not done, but he's kind of sketched out. I just kind of did this one on my own. I had him sketched out, but I didn't like paint him on Ustream, so he's just partially done there. What else do we have here? Some color things, some how to mind map, some ideas, and I think that's all on this one. And there's still a lot left. There's still a lot left on here. I think maybe, I don't even know that I'm halfway done with the art scroll. So, hey Angie, we were talking about you earlier. Before you got here, Angie, you enabler, you. Okay. So those are all my drawings that I've done in the last year, other than my commissions, which again, I don't have those here. And of course, that doesn't include art journals, mixed media collage journals. What was I going to show y'all? Mixed media collage. Oh, the posters. Okay, let me go under the table here and grab a couple of those. I probably won't grab them all, but I'll grab a few. So anyway, if you're just joining us, I'm just doing a quick show on some of the drawings I've done in the last year. Sorry, I'm under the table. And again, these aren't all of them, but I wanted to kind of, let's see, got a couple larger ones in here. I wanted to just record some specific show on the drawings. Oh, is that my frog? Oh yeah, my old tree frog. I did this one in 2011. Y'all remember him? Again, I'm under the table, so I can't tell if y'all can see him. But that tree frog we did back, that's from 2011. That was before I was uploading. I've only been uploading to YouTube for a year. Okay, so let me grab some of these. Oh, what's that one? Oh, there's a large one. So these are some kind of drawings and mixed media animals and other things. So here is, this is a, it's kind of a cross between a red panda and a fox. So I really like the way so basically I do the drawing and collage, and then just like I do my art cards and everything else, where I paint it in and make a story out of it. But so you can see there's the red panda combo fox, and then we drew in a little claw and made it look like he was holding a steampunk little thing going on there. And then there's a little world under there. So it's kind of keeps flashing out, but hopefully y'all can kind of see that. This is just a random one that I was in there because it's tall. And we just did a tall, it's like just like an art card, but it was tall. So you can see it's probably about 12, almost 18 inches. So again, it's just a little fantasy world there, collage thingy. Card game today. Thank you. Oh, you got your card came. Oh, good, Twinkle. I'm glad you got it. And then here's a fox. So I'm just going to kind of pull some of these out because this is kind of a combination of what we do on the scroll with my collaging mixed media. I say collaging. I mean, a lot of this is painted. You know, this is all paint. There's a watch part there, a watch part there, and a watch part there. And, you know, it's pretty much all been painted in. So just so you can kind of see. This is the one that I use all the time for my, this is the one I use right here for my headers. So you can kind of see him. This is, I call this one the lemur has landed. So again, just painted him all in there. Looked like he was in some little world there. But there's my lemur has landed. It's also the one that I made some postcards out of. This one is not a full, this one is just a drawing with the smack and dragon kind of technique where you just drag your paper through the ink. This is my sister-in-law's pug. His name is Chug. Chug the pug. This one now this one's older. This one's a few, maybe 3 or 4 years old, but it's big and that's why it was in there. So there's Chug the pug. Let's see, that one's not done. This one's just randomly in there too. I did a Star Wars thing for a challenge. This is from 2014. I did this one for, I think for the 4th is with you. May the 4th be with you, because May the 4th is Star Wars Day. So I just did some Star Wars characters there. What else is in here? This is just a little I forgot what we call this one. Because it's got the little Jetsons in there. Chippy something. I forgot what we called this one. But again, it's a little mixed media collage. I have 2 versions of rabbits. We did this one. Okay, hang on, guys. I froze up for a second. What's incoming mail? And I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh, my gosh. Hang on. Sneezing. Excuse me for those watching the recording. Anyway, there's a little rabbit with all kinds of things going on there. Got another rabbit here. Another rabbit. Another down the rabbit hole, Alice in Wonderland type rabbit. That one. I'm going kind of quick here. Here is Lisa named this one. Lisa named it. Let me think a minute. Lisa named the beaver. I mean the otter. What did you name this? Oh, otter. I forgot. I have them all written down. Sometimes I write them on the back. I didn't write the one on this. This is otter. Not otter in space. What did we name this, Lisa? Lisa named it otter something, but I can't remember it right now. Like I said, I have them written down in a separate book. But anyway, so we drew the little otter, put all kinds of worlds and kind of things going on there. This was from 2014. Otter, what was it? Space Otter Sea. Thank you, Janet. You got a good memory, Janet. Space Otter Sea. That's what it was. Yeah. Oh, we try to name them all. This one is not done. This was a kind of a newer one. We just played around with there. What else do I have in here? Oh, here's a squirrel. Again, I don't remember the squirrel's name of the. Anyway, so there's that one. There's a giraffe. Again, you can all these. This is one of the first ones that I uploaded to YouTube right at a year ago or so. Oh, here's everybody. Everybody loves Hump Day Camel. This is a Hump Day Camel. And you can see he's got a vision for the weekend. So anyway, what else? Oh, Pigs in Space. Little tattoo on her there. So really like that one. What else do I have here? I just grabbed a handful of the large ones. Here's a, what do you call it? A llama. Really like the eyes on that one. What else? This one I did a, there was a purpose for this one. Now I don't remember the purpose. But yeah, another one there. Forgot the purpose of that one. This one is a dub. This one's it's reflective. It's a reflection painting. So it can go this way or it can go this way. And I signed it both ways. So it's like a double. I mean, it's like a reflection. So you can see it this way and it goes this way. It goes both ways. What else is here? Let's see. Here's my 4 horses of the apocalypse. Again, this is just everything that's in my poster size portfolio. And the last thing I think that I see here to show is my robot from Lost in Space. And there's a step out on this one too, a step-by-step on this one that I posted on Facebook. So there's some of my posters. And I'll put those back after the show. All right. And the last thing I have to show real quick is, I won't show the whole thing. Some of this was, remember we pulled, maybe I'll do, let's do that. Should we do another pull from the jar prompt? Where's Jean? Is Jean still here? She popped in for a minute. She's on vacation, but yeah, maybe we'll use the prompt jar again. All right, let me re-roll this up to the other way, and we'll see what I did in this little scroll. And then I'm going to stop this recording, and we'll start a show where we're actually doing something. But I just wanted to show where I recorded everything that I've done in the last year. Like I said, other than commission work, that's all out. That's all, sent out. So I can't, you can see all that, but it's on my, all my social media. Okay, so here we go on the small scroll. So this one again is one of the 30-inch rolls of wrapping paper cut in half. And I did that on purpose. And I have another one of these where I can do, a little bit easier to do here on live show. So here is some of the different sketches and ideas and studies and things we've done, color studies and talking about different things. And so there is the original starfish that I did. Now I've drawn it in pen and ink, and I've drawn it in black and white and gray. And did you get those? No, I did not. I did not buy. Stop trying to enable me, Angie. I did not buy the Anna Griffin color book. But Mindy did. Mindy did. Okay, so anyway, you can see some of the different things here that we've drawn or partially drawn, ideas, studies, sketches, just different things that we've done here on a live show. There's the eagle. There we go. Yeah. There's a little kind of a funny looking emu thing. Yeah. Oh! I know. My other emu's in the big book. It's in this book. I'm not going to bring out the very big sketchbook, although that one's, we got a lot in that one too. And again, I'm not including my art journals, the collage mixed media journals here. So I'm just going to kind of show you what we've kind of sketched out here. Did some hummingbirds in the clouds, another little deer, and some little fawn sketches. There's another pug. Oh yeah, I forgot about her. Yeah, we named her, Vicky named her Minnie Pearl, but we ended up with Mimi. Everybody thought, remember Drew Carey's old show with Mimi? Everybody thought she looked like Mimi, so we just named her Mimi. Claire's got an alligator bag. And then here's another little full sketch that we did there. What else? Lots of notes and stuff. Oh yeah, we were going to put the shoes, they're called Crocs. We were going to use that in something. Some different glue stick. We're going to do like little, what do we call those? To infinity and beyond. We were going to do, I don't know. Oh yeah, we're going to have Woody riding. We're going to have Woody riding a glue stick. And then here's some different things that we did from the prompt jar. Yeah, these are things we did from the prompt jar. If y'all remember, we just pulled prompts, and whatever inspired me from the prompt jar is what we did. I mean, it didn't say like draw ladybugs or something like that. It just whatever, pulling something out of the prompt jar, and then we drew Jean named what the different animal herds are called. Swarm of bees, a bevy, a murder is raven. They're called a murder. Flocks, a school of doves. Doves are a dually. A duel or a dually. That's what a flock of doves. And so anyway, Jean got us a whole bunch of clutter of cats. No, it's called herding cats. But anyway, pride of lions, a band of coyotes, an army of ants. So anyway, we did that. Drew a bunch of little faces with, after, I think we bubble wrapped that. We drew faces out of bubble wrap. Hey, Jay. Whippy Carol had, jokers to the left, clowns to the right. Yeah, stuck in the middle with you. Here's a crayon. This is a melted crayon sky thing. Drew a folded piece of paper. I forgot what the prompts were on some of this, but that was the end of this. So, and that's where the crayon melted through. I mean, the wax, like, it's not coming off or anything, but the wax kind of came through the paper. So I think we will stop right there with this recording. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I will be right back. I mean, I'm not leaving. I'm just going to make a new recording because I wanted just a recording of everything that I've done in the last year, except the commissions, which again, you can see on my social media. So thanks everybody that's watched this hour-long flip, and I'll be right back.